Hi everyone, I warmly welcome you all to this episode of this video series. So in the previous episodes we discussed about selecting ICT for A-levels, about how you can become industry ready, and also about different job opportunities in the IT industry. So for this episode, I have chosen a topic that I think is very interesting and is related to the role of business analysts in the IT industry. And this episode is quite special because I'm not going to be talking alone. We have a special guest joining. So let's quickly connect her to the call and let's see who she is. Okay, so the special guest joining to this episode is none other than my good friend Umrah Musaffer. Umrah is an associate consultant, a senior business analyst at Tikri, and she has industry experience as a business analyst for 4+ years. So, Umraki, like I mentioned in the introduction, we are going to clear out some doubts about the role of business analysts in the IT industry. So, we are going to be talking about misconceptions that are there in the community about the role of a BA. So, for the benefit of the majority, let's try to use both English and Sinhala to explain. So, මට ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඇහිලා තියෙනවා IT undergraduates ලා කියනවා මට coding බෑ. මම code කරන්න කැමති නෑ. ඒ නිසා මම BA කෙනෙක් වෙනවා. And also some of you guys might have heard people say that this role of a BA is more suitable for girls. Boys ට තියෙන software engineering, girls ට තියෙන BA ලා වෙන්න. ඒ වගේම there are some other people who think that being a BA is just about communication, right? So, Umraki, let's try to clear out these misconceptions and bring out the idea what or who this business analyst is. So, the most simple question I can ask you, who is this business analyst? ඇත්තටම කවුද මේ BA කෙනෙක් කියලා කියන්නේ?
ඔව් යශෝ දැන් ඔයා මට කියනකොට මතක් වුණා අපේ මං කලින් work කරපු place එකේ අපි BA interns ලව interview කරනකොට අහන common question එකක් තමයි why do you want to be a BA කියන එක. ඉතින් most frequent answer එකත් ඔයා කියපු answer එකමයි. Most of them say that they don't like coding or they just don't want to sit in front of a PC. So that's pretty much that they say, right? So එහෙම කියන රීසන් එක මම හිතන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ට හරි අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩින් එකක් ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකෙන් පවා හරි අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩින් එකක් ලැබිලා නැහැ කවුද BA කියන්නේ. දැන් BA කියලා කිව්වම යශෝ ඒක හරි වාස්ට්. හරි. දැන් agile BAs ලා ඉන්නවා. product owners ලා ඉන්නවා. non functional BAs ලා ඉන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ technical BAs ලා ඉන්නවා. මොකද BAs ගොඩක් වෙනවා ERP analyst මෙහෙම එක එක නම් වලින් business analyst ලා ඉන්නවා. හැබැයි ඔයාගේ ක්වෙස්චන් එකට ආන්සර් කරන්න BA කෙනෙක් කියන්නේ චේන්ජ් එකක් ගෙන කෙනෙක්. ඒක ඕගනයිසේෂන් එකකට වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඒක ඒගොල්ලන් වැඩ කරන ප්‍රොසෙස් එකකට වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඒක ඒගොල්ලන් ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකකට වෙන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් අපේ software project එකකට වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඕනම දෙයකට චේන්ජ් එකක් ගෙන කෙනෙක්. ඒක ක්ලයන්ට් ගෙන් එන රික්වයර්මන්ට් එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. සමහරවිට යාගේ ක්‍රියේටිව් තින්කින් එකෙන් එන දෙයක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ චේන්ජ් එක ගෙන කෙනෙක් තමයි බිස්නස් ඇනලිස්ට් කෙනෙක් කියලා කියන්නේ. චේන්ජ් එකක් සිස්ටම් එකකට හරි ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකකට හරි ඕනම දෙයකට චේන්ජ් එක ඒ සොලියුෂන් එක ගේන කෙනා තමයි බිස්නස් ඇනලිස්ට් කෙනෙක් කියලා කියන්නේ.
Okay, so even I think that even I'm going to be learning something new from this episode. So yeah. So Aki, so what are the main responsibilities of a BA? මොනවාද BA කෙනෙක්ගේ main responsibilities when it comes to the industry?
Yes, so this question is a little tough one, Yasho, because like I said, there's a vast majority types of business analysts across the globe, I'm saying.
Right.
Because in the European region, one might not call a person a business analyst, but rather a product owner. It changed. The terminology changed.
So these types can depend based on the company, the project. It can vary depending on the context, right?
Yes. But in a nutshell, it's quite the same. But I'd say rather it changes with the domain also. So ERP analyst, when you take of it, it's the ERP, product basically. So product, project. So this changes. But මම හිතනවා අද අපි කතා කරන්නේ software side එක ගැන කියලා software business analyst කෙනෙක් ගැන කියලා. එහෙම වුණාම එයාගේ responsibilities කියලා අපි කිව්වොත් ඒක හරියම general කියනවා නම් client කෙනෙක්ගෙන් එන requirement එක. අපේ solution එකට කොහොමද map වෙන්නේ කියන එක බලන්නේ business analyst. ඔතනදී තමයි යශෝ ගොඩක් ඔය misconceptions වෙන්නේ. මොකද ඔය requirements අපි ලියනවා. right? ඒ වගේම අපි ඒ clients එක්ක කතා කරනවා. දැන් එහෙම වෙනකොට ගොඩක් අය හිතනවා ලියන්නයි කතා කරන්නයි පුළුවන් නම් okay you can be a BA කියලා. But it's not the case. මොකද දැන් අපි කෝඩ් එකක් ලියනකොට දැන් අපි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට කෝඩ් එකක් ලියන එකේ පොඩි ලියන පාර්ට් එක ඉස්සර අමාරු නැහැ හරි. අපි දන්නවනම් ලොජික් එක ලියනවා කියන එක අපිට කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ logically think කරන පාර්ට් එක තමයි ටිකක් challenge. ඉතින් ඒ පාර්ට් එක in my opinion I think it's the business analyst who has to kind of communicate to the team. Right? මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. But in the real scenario යශෝ ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් වෙනවා. මොකද even now I talk to my architect or my tech lead and I ask for the solution. I mean like we discuss. Right? හැබැයි අර business analyst කෙනෙක් කියන level එකට ආවම you should be able to kind of give the solution to your colleagues and tell them this is what you need to do. Yes. ඉතින් අන්න ඒ වගේ responsibilities තමයි තියෙන්නේ. අතට මෙතන එහෙම ගත්තම document කරන ඒවා, communicate කරන ඒවා, solution එක හදන ඒවා. සමහරවිට කොහොමද ඒ solution එක හැදෙන්නේ? UI එක අපි කොහොමද design කරන්නේ? diagrams අපි කොහොමද හදන්නේ? process එකක් තියෙනවා නම් process diagram. මේ වගේ දේවල් තමයි what is it? In a very simple manner. If I'm to tell you a little bit about the responsibilities, those are the stuff because it's vast. There's a lot of things that they do, but basic එන්නේ ඔය වැඩ ටික තමයි.
Okay, so okay, now when it comes to the software development life cycle, so in books we learn that BA only plays a role when it comes to the requirement gathering, right? But that's not the real case, I would say, because the BA can be involved from end to end throughout the whole cycle, right? Until the product goes live, and even after the product goes live, the BA can be actively involved. So we can't really say that the role of a BA is just limited to the requirement gathering phase.
No, not really, Asha, because who is going to present what you have built? So it's the BA who has to do the demonstrations, and then it's the BA who has to check as to what are the new requirements that they want after they go live, like what are the tweaks they have to do here and there. So it's like the BA should be there up until the end of it.
Yeah, so ඉස්සර අපි කියන්නේ BA ට තියෙන requirements ටික ලියලා දෙන්න, so it's not the case anymore.
No, it's not. When you come to the industry, you will realize it's really not.
Yeah, so that's a good message to our youngsters, right?
Exactly.
So what we learn in books is not the case when it comes to the industry in practice, right? So okay, so okay, that the other statement about the role of a BA being more into girls becoming BAs and guys going into software engineering. What are your thoughts on that? Is it just for girls?
Really not, Yashodha. It's really not. So I think even the industry doesn't kind of term them as girls. I don't see it because I've seen many of my colleagues who are boys, who are business analysts.
Yeah.
So why this is said is because of this previous misconception. But හැම වෙලේම හිතනවා ලියන්නයි කතා කරන්නයි පුළුවන් කෙනෙක් BA කියලා. මෙහෙම නෙවෙයි ඇත්තට. ඒකට අර logically think කරන part එක ටික ඇත්තටම හරිම interesting. අපි හොයලා බලුවොත් statistical wise යසෝ ගොඩක් developers හරි architects හරි පසු කාලීනව ඒගොල්ලන් business analyst stream එකට මාරු වෙනවා. හරිද? මොකද
මාරු වෙයි.
ඒක කියන්න බෑ. එතකොට ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ logical thinking කියන එක හරි important part එකක් අනිත් එක challenging part එකක්. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා ඒක කවදාවත් girls and boys and also in the industry I can't talk for other people, but throughout my entire life I was never not given a work because I was a girl. Gender කියනක මට කවදාවත් issue එකක් වෙලාම නැහැ. ඒ නිසා ඒක වෙලෙ හිතන්න ඕනෙත් නැහැ. මම කියන undergraduate එහෙම මේක girls එකට විතරයි කියලා හිතන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මේක it's more like if you can do it then anybody's nobody's going to see when they see a requirement document whether a girl or a boy wrote it.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's the talent and your attitude that matters, not your gender anymore.
Not at all.
Right. So, okay, the other statement, the misconception that if you're good in English, if you have good communication skills, that is all you need to become a BA. So that brings us to the next question that I thought of asking you. So,
Yeah.
Aki, honda BA කෙනෙක් වෙන්න එහෙම නැත්නම් to become a successful BA, are there any special skills? Is there like a defined set of skills that we need to develop?
Oh, එතනදී අශෝ ස්පෙෂල් ස්කිල්ස් කියන මම හිතන්නේ කිසිම කෙනෙක්ට ඕන දෙයක් කියලා ස්පෙෂල් ස්කිල් එකක්. But ඔයාට තියෙන ස්කිල් එක නම් modify කරගන්න වෙනවා. There are certain set of skills that you need to modify when you want to be a BA. Because you are the party that will be handling both your stakeholders and your software team. So communication කියන එක හරිම important skill එකක්. And like you said, one of the biggest misconceptions is that if you are good in the command of English, you are you are a good BA. You can communicate well. No, it's wrong. ඔයා ඉංග්‍රීසි දන්නවා කියලා ඔයා හොඳ කමියුනිකේටර් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න නැහැ අශෝක. අන්න ඒකයි එතන තියෙන කී එක. ඒකයි මට දෙන්න ඕනේ මෙසේජ් එක. මොකද අපි කමියුනිකේට් කරනවා කියන අපි නිගෝෂিয়েට් කරන්න වෙනවා. අපිට සමහර වෙලාවල් වලට අපිට ඒගොල්ලන් කියන දෙයට අග්‍රී වෙන්න වෙනවා. බට් අපේ ටීම් එකේ පැත්තත් අපිට ගන්න වෙන වෙලාවල්. හරි. ඉතින් අර කමියුනිකේට් කරනවා කියන්නේ you have to be sometimes you might not be a person who's willing to take criticism, but for your job you need to have that style of a communication. All right, you might be an introvert, but still, when you're talking to your clients, you need to maintain that, right? I think it's not only about English, but having English as a good skill, as a good command of English is like a wow factor. Of course, it is beneficial, but you don't become a good communicator just because you know English. Communication skills is one thing, and the other thing is problem solving skills. එක සෑහෙන දුරකට බිස්නස් ඇනලිස්ට් කෙනෙක්ට ඕන දෙයක් ගත්තා. ඒක මට හිතෙනවා undergraduate අතර ඒක පොඩක් underestimate වෙනවා කියලා. දැන් business analyst කෙනෙක්ව මේ analyst කියන part එක ගොඩක් අය අමතක කරනවා. මේ analyst කියන problem solving attitude එක, problem solving skill එක ඔයාට තියෙනවා. ඒක අනිවාර්යෙන්ම ඕන දෙයක්. මොකද client කිව්ව ගමන්ම ගිහිල්ලා ටක් ගාලා requirement එකක් අපි හදන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙම හදන්නේ unless sometimes the clients are technical, so they know how it works. But if it's not, then එතනත් කියශෝ දැන් අපි තව type එකක් තියෙනවා product management. මම කලින් office එක I was a product manager. එතකොට අපිට product එකක් තියෙනවා. අපි ඒ product එක තමයි client pitch කරන්නේ. ඒත් ඒ client he has no clue about the technical part of it. So ඔයාට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ ඔයාගේ skill එකෙන්. ඔයාගේ problem solving skill එකෙන් එයාගේ problem එක මොකක්ද කියලා identify කරගන්න. එයාගේ requirement එක නෙවෙයි. එයාගේ problem එක මොකක්ද? requirement එක නෑයි කියන එක බලලා ඒක solve කරන්න යාට පුළුවන් වෙනවා. ඒතර problem solving skills ඊට පස්සේ decision making skills. Those kind of skills are very important. Trust me, so even when it comes to decision making, I would say it will have a huge impact. මොකද developers ඔක්කොම දුවගෙන ඉන්නේ කොතනද මේ බටන් එක දාන්නේ? කොතනද මේක තියෙන්නේ? So you have to decide it, right? So that skill should be there with you. I think decision making skills, problem solving skills, then communication skills and writing skills, of course. ඒ වගේ skills හදාගන්න පුළුවන් නම් හොඳයි.
Okay. So I think that answer connects us to the next question as well. So, so most of our viewers are mostly are IT undergraduates or like youngsters who have just finished A levels and they are awaiting the A level results, or they are waiting until uni starts. So if someone is determined to become a BA, කාට හරි කැමති නම් BA කෙනෙක් වෙන්න මේ undergraduate period එකේදී එහෙමත් නැත්නම් එයාගේ අර after A levels ඉන්න period එකේදී මොනවාද එයාට කරන්න පුළුවන් දේවල් එයාගේ goal එක වෙනුවෙන් මොනවාද කරන්න පුළුවන්?
ඔව්. එතකොට ඔය ප්‍රශ්නයක් මම ඕක දෙකකට කඩලා කියන්නම්. මොකද school levels කියලා ගත්තම එයාලට මට හිතෙනවා එයාලට දැන් IT කරලා තිබ්බ IT subject එකක් විතර කරලා තිබ්බ කෙනෙක් යම් idea එකක් ඇති. නමුත් එහෙම නැත්නම් as a start work කරන්නේ ඔයාට මොන BA කෙනෙක්ද වෙන්න ඕන කියලා හොයලා බලන්න. That should be the goal. Okay? ඊට පස්සේ අමාරු කියපු soft skills, English, communication skills මේ වගේ දේවල් brush up කරගන්න ඕනේ. And also in my humble opinion, I think learning a new language එකක් කියන්නේ programming language එකක් ඉගෙන ගන්න එක පොඩ්ඩක් හොඳයි. එතකොට අපිට ඔය data structures ඊට පස්සේ linked lists වගේ දේවල් වලට මුලදීම පොඩි ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක ඉගෙන ගන්න විදිහ rocket science, right? එතකොට ඒ වගේ පොඩි දේවල් එයාලා ඒ පැත්තෙන් technical වත් දැනගෙන ඉන්න it's a good goal. හැබැයි undergraduate කෙනෙක් තාම it's a completely different scenario. දැන් දැනගන්න යාට මොන වගේ BA කෙනෙක්ද වෙන්න ඕනේ. Agile BA කෙනෙක්ද හොයලා බලන්න. හරිද? මොකද that was something happened to me also. So when I joined as an intern, I had no clue. So I joined as a non-technical BA and I was preparing travel documents throughout. So that lack of knowledge that I had. It's not the problem with the job.
Yeah.
Okay, it was my lack of knowledge in terms of a BA. නිකන් හොයලා බලන්න. මොන වගේ BA කෙනෙක්ද මට වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. අනිත් එක ඔයාලට මතකද යශෝ අපිට මම හිතන්නේ second year කියන්නේ IT හරි අපිට project එකක් තියෙනවා where we deal with a real client.
Yes, I remember. Yes.
Second year. Yeah. So anyway, ඒ වගේ project එකක් කරාම make it an opportunity to be a BA. You know, දැන් undergraduate life එකේ අපිට කොච්චර projects තියෙනවද අපි clients ලත් එක්ක interact කරලා. ඒ වගේ වෙලාවක් තියෙද්දි දැන් if you're planning to become a BA, why don't you take the ownership? Why don't you take the leadership? කතා කරනවා මම කියන්නේ documents ලියන්න code කරන්න එපා. එහෙමනේ අපි usual scenario එකක් දකින්නේ. එහෙම නෙවෙයි. නමුත් මේ මොනවා හරි දැන් client ගේ තියෙන problem එකට solutions, why don't you think of it? You know, you actively participate and work on. ඒ වගේ places තමයි අපිට experiences ගන්න පුළුවන්.
Right.
Undergraduate. And one more point, Yashu, IIBA is the body that, you know, handles with the business analyst. So you can do certifications. There are certain certifications that you don't need experience with. Then Waybox කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා. මටත් ඇත්තටම මගේ super senior කෙනෙක් තමයි Waybox එකක් මුලින්ම දුන්නේ in my fourth year. So it has everything. Literally, it has literally everything about business analyst. Who is a business analyst? What are the types of business analysts? What you can do? How to gather requirements? Because there was anything. Because there are several balance. Undergraduate time, it is very useful, you know. In certifications like that, if you don't need experience, why don't you, invest on it and, work on these certifications? Because ever අපි යන්න කලින් industry එකට යන්න කලින් අපිට පොඩි knowledge එකක් දෙනවා. මොකද්ද මේක? you get the hang of it.
Yeah.
So මම හිතනවා ඒකත්
So okay, that brings us to self-learning, right?
Exactly.
So can I BA කෙනෙක් විදිහට අපි industry එකේ අපි එකතන ඉන්න අපි හැමදාම evolve වෙනවා, right? We keep learning. So that's how the IT industry works. So කොහොමද දැන් අපි හිතමු එතකොට self-learning කියන එක I think it's a practice, right? You need practice. So ඒ කියන්නේ from your first day at uni. So if you work on self-learning, if you are enthusiastic, if you go to the library and if you browse on the internet, and there are so many resources these days, right? So akita mention කරන්න පුළුවන්ද ඒ වගේ මොනවා හරි ඒ කියන්නේ reliable sources කාට හරි BA කෙනෙක් ගැන වෙන්න කොහොමද කියන එක ගැන ඒ foundation එකට මොනවා හරි content ගන්න ඕන නම් මොනවද තියෙන reliable sources that they can get information from?
I think so. I can just give you one answer for it. It's not sources, it would be source and it would be the Waybox. Waybox is the business analyst body of knowledge that guidebook I said.
Right.
Okay. It has literally everything. It is previous versions. Freely available. Or you can ask a BA, there is also one point again. Undergraduates have connections in LinkedIn with the other BAs and get to know. That's how we even, you remember, right? So we send requests and in LinkedIn and then we talk about these things. That's how you get to know the hang of it. It is, and one of the other, I won't say, I can't guarantee 100%, but something that has helped me personally was this resource called Bridging the Gap.
Bridging the Gap. Okay.
So they actually had very good content. There was a lady, I can't recall the name, but she's the person who does these videos, and she was giving so many tips on how to face interviews, how to handle difficult stakeholders, these kind of things. So Bridging the Gap would be something that I would recommend, but I would say just go through the Waybox, you'll get everything that you literally need to know about business analysis.
Right. So okay, this question just popped in my mind. So what made you a BA? මොකද්ද වගේ ඉන්ස්පිරේෂන් එක උනේ? කියන්නේ ඇයි ඔයාලට හිතුනේ BA කෙනෙක් වෙන්න?
Good question, Yashodha. So I never wanted BA when I started my studies. I mean, when I was a graduate, during my undergrad period, I didn't want to be a BA because I kind of loved programming and I had good scores for programming. All right. But then again, there was a part of me that, really liked the fact that you need to interact with everyone, and if you know me personally, right? So that being a
Yeah.
bit of a boss lady and, having to get to meet people, that was
Yeah.
something interesting.
Yeah.
And I was doing Toastmasters as well. So these kind of things and the people I
Mm.
associated with, once when I spoke to them, they were really an inspiration.
Mhm.
Okay, for me to be a BA because I realized that there's something interesting about it. I've always been a person who was a little curious and who was a little creative also. So
Mhm.
I felt like creativity part. එක මට IT වලට දාන්න පුළුවන් හොඳම විදිහක් තමයි business analyst. Towards the end of my undergraduate period I realized
Mm.
research කරන කාලේ. එතකොට
Mhm.
මට හිතුණා no, this would be a better go because I'm a little in my mind I'm a little creative and the
Mm.
creativity එක දැම්මම ගොඩක් දේවල් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා I just so that's why I was keen on being a BA.
Mhm. Right. Interesting. So Aki, I think අපි අපිට කියන්නේ අහන්න මට ඇත්තටම අහන්න තිබුණ questions ඔක්කොම වගේ මගේ ඔළුවට ආව questions ටික ඔක්කොම මම ඇහුවා. And also I think we cleared out all the misconceptions. I think now අපේ viewers දන්නවා it's not just not liking coding and being good at communication, right? It takes a lot to become a successful BA, and it's a very respectable job role in the IT industry. So it's not anymore, it's not just about requirement gathering anymore. So the BA will be involved throughout the entire software development life cycle. So I think that is pretty much what we that's pretty much a summary of what we discussed. So okay, in conclusion, කවුරුරි BA කෙනෙක් වෙන්න ඉන්න කෙනෙක්ට do you have any message?
There will be so many advices that I would like to give you, but because of the time span we have, and of course, if I'm to prioritize, I think being curious is something is an advice I would give, to be curious, to be updated with what's coming, you know. So, like I told you again, a personal experience from my end. I didn't know who product manager was when I was trying to apply to this role when I like a couple of years back in my previous workplace. But once when I got to know about it, I realized as to how many opportunities and how many creative ways there are, okay, in building a product. So why I mean, like, I led to that because of the curiosity. The curious වෙනකොට අපිට ගොඩක් එකකින් advantages තියෙනවා. One thing we are updated with everything. එතකොට දැන් solution එකක් හදනකොට අපි updated අපිට කියන්න අපේ architect අපිට මේ technology එක use කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපිට මෙහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අලුත් ideas දෙනකොට. And when you're curious, you tend to come up with creative ideas. This is my favorite part of being a BA. That's all. You get to be a lot creative.
Yeah.
So especially if you're into product management, you need to be a lot creative. Even in terms of applications like Instagram එක ගත්තම මම ගොඩක් වෙලාවට බලන්නේ Instagram එකේ වැරදි මොනවද කියලා. Not in a bad way, but I'm thinking, what are the new features we can embed into, right? So you're curious, how this is done, how this can happen, these kind of things. මේ curiosity එක අපි build කරගෙන ආවොත් ඒක wow factor එකක් වෙනවා business analyst කෙනෙක්ට අනිවාර්යෙන්ම. මම හිතනවා ඒක even for a developer it's the same. You need to have a bit of a curiosity.
Yeah, that is true.
Right?
Yes.
So I would say as a piece of an advice, to be curious, and so that you curious in terms of your job role, so that you will you'll be able to be up and keep yourself updated.
Okay. Right. So I think that brings us to the end of this episode. So I learned a lot of new things, Aki. Thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure that අපි video එක බලන හැමෝම ගොඩක් දේවල් ඉගෙන ගනි. So අර BA කෙනෙක් ගැන ඇත්තට මම හිතන් හිටපු දේ නෙමෙයි. මම හිතුවට වඩා ගොඩක් ලොකු role එකක් BA කෙනෙක් කරනවා. So and I'm very happy that ඔයාව මේකට connect කරගත්ත එක. මොකද
Thank you for having me.
yeah, so it's like I wanted to talk about this role of being a BA, and you're like the first person that came to my mind, and I'm glad that I could connect you to this call. And so yeah, thank you so much, Aki. Thanks a lot for your time. And
thank you, Yashodha, as well, because I think this message needs to be passed to the undergraduates because that's a starting point, and if they have the right mindset, I think we will have very good business analysts in the industry because they come with
Exactly.
the understanding,
Yes,
isn't it?
I think from this video we actually gave a new perspective, right? So
Exactly, exactly. So I should thank you for that.
you're most welcome. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this episode. I'll see you guys with a fresh topic in a fresh episode very soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.